Welcome back to the Yaffee program. It's Thursday. That means Christopher Reed joins the show. Remind you can listen to his show 8 to 10 p.m. right here on WVNN. And check out his podcast anywhere podcasts are available or on his website, thedailycontroversy.com. And usually end the show when he's on with a story maybe we missed today. So, Chris, what did we miss today?
Yeah, well, there was a big ruling at the Supreme Court on voter integrity. This is from Hank Berrien. The Supreme Court affirmed standing to challenge extended ballot counting. And this is a really big deal because, I mean, there are states like Minnesota where you can have like same-day registration, which accounts for like 22% of the vote. And then, you know, you can count votes up to 14 days. Like votes, even if they don't come in until like 14 days afterwards, oh, that's still fine. I was like, wait a second. The election was pretty much over. So it says here, the 7-2 decision in Bose v. Illinois State Board of Education finds that candidates possess unique reputational interest in fair process. In a 7-2 decision that had resounding import for election integrity, the Supreme Court reversed the lower court ruling that Congressman Michael Bose and 2 other candidates lack standing to challenge the Illinois law that allows election officials to count mail-in ballots postmarked by Election Day if they are received within 14 days thereafter. And it's pretty easy to fake a postmark, I'll just say that. Bose and the other 2 plaintiffs argue that the process of extended counting periods violates federal statutes, which establish a single election day as the Tuesday after the first Monday of November. The district court in the Seventh Circuit dismissed the case, concluding that petitioners lack standing under Article 3 because they could not prove the rule would cause them to lose or significantly harm their campaign. But the Supreme Court held that a candidate for office has standing to challenge the rules governing their own election based on their unique status. Chief Justice Roberts wrote the majority opinion, which invokes a standing rule for candidates, emphasizing they are not mere bystanders in the election process. The court argued that while voters have a general interest in election integrity, a candidate's interest is a different kind. Candidate spends vast resources seeking to represent the people and have a concrete stake in ensuring the results accurately reflect the people's will. Roberts noted that rules undermining election integrity also undermining the winner's political legitimacy. For an elected official, a loss of public confidence, even if they win, is a reputational harm, which constitutes a classic Article 3 injury. The courts refused to require candidates to prove they would likely lose in order to gain standing. Roberts argued that forcing candidates to wait until an election is close or finished to sue would lead to late-breaking court-ordered rule changes. This is so incredibly important. People didn't give it enough pause because during the 2020 elections, when we had the most votes ever, and mail-in voting has been historically the most fraudulent. I mean, that's why I don't allow it in virtually
obvious
every
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. So but the funny thing in 2020, the courts, because it was right after the election, and courts don't want to get involved with that because it's that's a hassle. They didn't give standing to the actual people that lost the elections. Now the people can actually sue so that if they don't have the ballots in by election day, you can't just wait till and basically all this does for a lot of these states is like, okay, if you're going to vote by mail, send it in a week early. You get the ballots like 90 days in advance. Don't send it the day of, and say, oh, it was postmarked, because those really are not checked. So this is key. There's going to be some other rulings coming out in the next few months that are going to be a big deal. But people have no idea. If you think the Somali fraud is bad, the voter fraud is 10 times worse. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that because if there's no accountability, if there's no ability for a candidate to actually say, hey, wait a second, I want to make sure that this was done correctly, then basically whoever runs the state, if it's one of these Marxist Democrats, you're kind of screwed because they can say whatever they want, and if you can't take it to federal court, you're going to lose no matter what. So what are your thoughts, Yaffee?
Yeah, it's pretty important. You bring up COVID. Even if there wasn't enough fraud to overturn the election, the fact that, like you said, there were more votes than ever, all these mail-in votes, it automatically is going to cause people to distrust the results. Even if the results are accurate, you still have to have trust in the system. And one of the best ways to cause distrust is to make it like that, like you said, where if a candidate, loses because, quote-unquote, postmarked ballots. I mean, there's a reason why in the beginning it really was a simple process. One man, one vote, you show up, you vote. One of the reasons was, they didn't have some of the technology back then, but also it's just, that's how you trust it. You don't want to create a complicated process of postmarking and counting later, because even if they're right, even if they're correct, you know what I mean? People are not going to trust the outcome.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't know you supported Dale's view of only letting men vote, but that is an interesting take. So
Didn't know if I said that one. I don't. It's funny. I'm actually reading a book on that right now. When women started getting the right to vote, it's kind of interesting.
It's the one that's called "What Went Wrong with America." It's a really good book.
That is not the one I'm talking about. But okay. You're just trying to make Walker mad. I get it.
There you go.
All right, appreciate it, Christopher Reed. His show is 8 to 10 p.m. and his podcast available anywhere podcasts are available. Thanks to Walker for producing as well. I'll be back tomorrow at the same time. See you then.
You're listening to Yaffee on WVNN.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
The Inside of You podcast.
You're listening to Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. Our guest today, William H. Macy.
A lot of my career has been making unsavory characters kind of appealing.
Allison Mack is here.
There was this complete decomposition of my identity and this moment of like, who am I?
Let's get inside of Ron Perlman. Do you still love acting?
I'm obsessed with getting better at it. My heroes are in a state of flow. Just this moment of humanity.
The Inside of You podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klinenberg.
Everything up until this point has been an outside look at the World Cup, and now we're giving people an inside look. It is just total pressure cooker.
Watching flags come out of little plastic balls is like the epitome of everything that I love, and the World Cup is everything. It's why I became a soccer fan.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.